up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? And welcome to the Aging Potheads. I am your boy, Big Brother Boss, aka the Funky Monk. And with me, as always, is the beautiful Miss Candy with an X. What's going on, Miss Candy?
I don't know. What is happening?
We've been having way too many technical difficulties right now, y'all. Like in the last 5 minutes.
Mercury's in micro braids.
What was that?
I said Mercury's in micro braids. That's what they say when in
retro. In retrograde? Yeah, I don't even know what about that. Welcome, y'all. We are the Aging Potheads. We are here every Wednesday at 7-ish to about 8-ish. Go ahead and share it out with your friends and grab your blunts, grab your drinks. Y'all know what we're finna talk about today. So let's go ahead and let's do the blaze, y'all. Oh shit, I gotta turn that down.
Our sound man back there sounding.
I know. Tony's on the board, y'all. I forgot to tell y'all that. Token Tony is on the board.
Tony's on the board. Hi, Lady Savage. How are you?
Hey, Panda. Thank you for joining us. Well, I like that little chat feature. Oh, he put it up. You know I'm high, y'all. I'm already high.
Me too.
I know, right? We should not be doing this before
this gonna be a show.
It sure is.
I'm muting both of you out for a minute. I just want to take a time to tell everybody here we are terribly sorry about the technical difficulties and the fact that the two potheads are extremely high. It's not my fault.
Thank you for that PSA, Tony.
All right, Tony.
Okay, y'all. Let's bring it back. Let's take it back off the rails. Today, y'all, excuse me, I am smoking Blue Tang cookies, and the only reason I kind of got it was because it is sounded like Wu-Tang. So I said Blue Tang cookies. Then I heard Tang. I said Tang cookies. I like eating Tang. So it is a sativa. I got it at Rise. It's not Essence anymore. It's called Rise Dispensary. Not an endorsement. I'm not getting paid for it. But I got it from Rise. It's about $45-$50 an eighth.
$45.50 an eighth.
So it's testing at 26. So normally that's out of my range just to get an eighth. Like I said, the name kind of got me.
Was it a top shelf?
Yes.
Okay.
For that price, I would think it was. Let me take that back.
That's why I asked.
So it's good. It's a sativa. It does. I see the blue might be Blue Dream, so it's giving me that Blue Dream thing. That might be psychoschematic because I see the word blue. But it does come on pretty good with the head high. The cookies in it sort of mellows that out with a little bit of body high. I believe I gave it 4 blunts simply because it's a quick high. I got a jacket after about maybe a half hour or so. You know what I mean? I got to switch to something else to keep it going. But I did give it 4 blunts. Let us know in the comments if you smoked this. Let us know what you're smoking, where you're watching this from. Blue Tang cookies, I gave it 4 blunts. It is available at Rise Dispensary. That's where I got my eighth from. And Rise Dispensary has dispensaries all over the city. Here in Las Vegas, if you live here. What you smoking on, Miss Candy?
So listen, okay. So I said I was smoking on. I had another like it was like it was kind of like an infused joint that I had smoked,
Yeah.
and it had wax in it. Like we smoked that yesterday, but today, and I gave that like I think I gave that 4.5 out of 5 blunt.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm smoking on it. It's called like Runt, Face Runt, and I got that from Shango. Okay.
Okay.
So
Shango's on Boulder Highway, y'all.
it's on Boulder Highway. Listen, we got the ounce for $50. It's an ounce of shake and trim. So I just started. I've been smoking that for the last 2 hours,
Mm-hmm.
and that shit has me, like it's a hybrid. So like it's a little bit of everything in it, but
Yeah.
it's a big ass bag. It's a good price. It's a good quality for your money. Like like $50, like, and you
Yeah.
get like an ounce of shake.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's from Shango. Like it's really
Okay.
you really can't beat that.
No,
So I know that I wanted to rate the wax, but I want to rate this as well. As you see, I'm stumbling over my words and shit. That's how hard this shit is.
If I didn't know anybody, you gonna lean all the way over.
Right, I'm all like, I'm trying to stay in the camera, hit ass, but it's hitting. I'm high.
We can see, and as a note, as a side note, y'all, there is no shame in shake and trim. No
Absolutely not. Absolutely
shame.
not. You get it every day. You just get a grab bag of weed. Like you just throw all your weed in there.
Yeah, there's no shame in that, y'all. So because I'll smoke shake if it's a good deal and it's a good price. I normally use shake to make my brownies and everything. So I gotta smoke it. You know what I mean? I have to smoke it. And sometimes I smoke it, I'll be like, man. But shake, y'all, shake still has all the THC. It's not the best looking shit in the world. Don't get me wrong. And the quality depends on either the farm or who made it. Like if it's made by the dispensary, you got to just check it because sometimes it don't be good. It looks like shit, but it smokes real well. So the quality does vary from batch to batch on those, y'all. But there's no shame in that. Now this strain of the week is Purple Punch, which is a strong, almost pure sativa. This one is definitely Purple Punch you'll normally see on the mid to high tiers at dispensaries. Most dispensaries should carry this in all forms. Concentrate, flour, gummies. They should always have a Purple Punch. It is a very strong indica with sedating traits, as well as it helps you sleep. It's normally used for people who may have PTSD, people who suffer from depression and anxiety. It helps with that. But it really, for me personally, it helps with sleep. If I really want to relax and get some sleep, Purple Punch is the way to go. Like I said, you can catch that at almost any of the dispensaries. Most dispensaries should carry Purple Punch. That's one of those common brands. So definitely run out and get that. Let us know if you've smoked the. Let us know if you smoked Purple Punch. Let us know what you think. Give it a rating. Let us know. I am a sativa guy, but that's what I'll smoke. A hybrid and or a indica from time to time, depending on the effects I would like to see or get. Now, it's been a very, very interesting weekend, friends. But we're going to get started first with hold on. We're going to get started first with the Tory Lanez trial. And Tory Lanez, as y'all know, was accused of being in an altercation with Megan Thee Stallion. He ended up shooting. and they said he shot the gun that injured Megan Thee Stallion. He actually got. He actually ended up with 10 years in court from yesterday, and the judge, was it yesterday or today? I can't remember. Okay. Either way, the judge had said that, something we didn't hear was that Tory Lanez was feeding not stories, was feeding or was leaking testimony and all that stuff to the public. I think through DJ Academics. He was giving him stuff when he should have been quiet. He got 10 years for it. Let us know what you think. I personally, I followed it through Twitter, and say what you want to say. It's time for accountability. I believe he tried all the appeals and they just didn't work. Take that 10 years, bro. And folks, I hope y'all leave Megan alone. I don't know what the whole thing is with Megan, and all the conspiracy theories and stuff. But yeah, go ahead.
I was saying a lot of people for some reason don't like Megan, and even when I go through the comments, like a lot of people, especially women, are just like cancel Megan.
Yeah.
Like this woman, regardless of what happened, Megan didn't bring the charges. The state of California brought those charges.
Exactly.
So it's not Megan versus Tory. It's the state of California versus Tory.
Yes.
And they, they didn't have the GVR on the gun or what have you, or the gun. What is the gun residue?
Yeah, gunshot residue.
The gunshot residue on the gun, but you can wipe down a gun. I don't understand why people are just refusing to believe that. Now we don't know the extent of the wound. We just know what was put out. The hospital came out and said that she was shot. There was fragments found in her ankle.
Exactly.
You can't attest. You can't. The fact that she was twerking next week, you can't.
Yeah.
That's what everybody's hung up on. I don't understand that. That she was clearly shot. If it were your daughter, if it were your sister, what have you, that, and so many people just turned on her, and he did that using the influence of social media. He definitely did that. He turned a lot of people against her, and it is what it is. They proven beyond a reasonable doubt that he did.
Exactly.
And
go ahead.
He apologized to her, saying that, that she would have did things differently that night. So, 10 years is, I don't know if 10 years is excessive, but you did, for assault, that's
but there was also other things. There was also other things that happened in accordance with that, which made the judge say, you know what, I'm gonna have to go ahead and hold you really accountable for this. I didn't like the victim blaming either. Like you said, there was proof that she was. Athletes play hurt all the time. You know what I mean?
So trying to keep the show going.
Exactly. So let us know what you think of the sentence. Tory Lanez get 10 years for for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Now, something I did just to find out before showtime here, or I just was reading, was that also Henry Ruggs, the third, who I think it's the third, who is a former Raiders rookie, was sentenced to 3 to 10 years today for his involvement in a drunk driving crash that killed a woman and her pet. So he was sentenced 3 to 10 today. I personally think he wouldn't. I personally think he's going to serve his 3 to 5 and be on about his life. But he may get all 10. We don't know. I'm glad he's being held accountable. I don't like the way people are saying, well, he got special treatment. Okay, I don't care. You know what I mean? Accountability is accountability. don't be mad if he serves the 3 out of 10. He served the time that he was given. And I understand some people might be upset with that. But it is what it is. Let us know if you're local to Vegas or if you've been following this case. Let us know what you think about the verdict or the sentence, and let us know in the comments how you feel about that, y'all. But we got Tory Lanez, we have Henry Ruggs, so let's definitely think about what we have going on about that, y'all. I'm high, so please forgive me, y'all. We're gonna move.
I was gonna say, I saw people kind of making comparisons between those two cases, and I just want to make it clear that Henry Ruggs took a plea, and that's what at the time that he got. Tory took it to trial, and everybody, if you're familiar with the law, if you take things to trial, you're gonna do, and you lose, you're gonna do the maximum sentence. So before they pay punch, those.
Sometimes
between those.
Sometimes in the middle, the DA will offer another plea. Like, hey, this ain't looking too good for you. Let's, the plea is still on the table.
You can't appeal it. That's the downside of it.
Exactly.
You can't. You just got to. You agree to do this time, so you're doing it.
So Henry Ruggs did take a plea, and if y'all want to argue about why he was offered the plea, go argue with the DA. Yeah, and your mama. I don't care. I really don't care.
Don't prosecute those kind of. It's a DUI, but Vegas doesn't prosecute DUIs the way that everybody else does, because that means they would have to hold the casinos accountable for serving liquor. So they're not going to do that. Like a lot of vehicular manslaughter that goes on around here, but they don't. I mean, for the most part, California, you could never do this shit in California.
Yeah, that's like Vegas's dirty little secret. DUIs and death. You get a DUI. Sometimes they just give you a ticket, say show up in court. Sometimes you got to go to jail. Now they said, oh, we got this new DUI team. I seen the vans driving around. It's like when they
Metro get DUIs out here. The
exactly.
Lady got a DUI out here. They caught her in the car naked. Like one of the news. The news.
Remember that last big accident was a Metro cop.
I mean, they just have to
driving under the influence. So
they get prosecuted for that.
That's like Vegas's dirty little secret. It really hurts though. I mean, damn, it hurts.
I mean, it's fucked up.
Like you said, we're from California. That shit won't fly. So let us know what you think about those. Let us know what you think about that sentencing. Next up, y'all. Jamie Foxx tweeted out a tweet last week stating, something to the effect that they killed Jesus. What would they do to you? You know what I mean? And many tried to come out and say those are anti-Semitic, being that Jesus was Jewish and things like that. And once again, we as Black folks pulled a reverse Uno card and said, we didn't hear anybody mention anything about Jewish people.
I'm so confused about this. I saw it, but I've been trying to figure out what exactly did he say.
He basically was talking about betrayal.
But and how is it anti-Semitic though? Because Jesus was the Jew, so that means that
that's what's confusing to me also. And Jesus was Jewish, as as some of the people who betrayed him was Jewish. And that's what Jamie meant. If and like I said, like many people said, it's an old Black church saying, or I should say Black, because that's my experience, where they talk about, Jesus was betrayed. So when they say they killed Jesus, what they do to you, he's basically saying, they betrayed Jesus. Which makes you think they're not going to betray you just as easy. You know what I mean? So that's what he was saying. He wasn't talking about they as in Jewish people or making any anti-Semitic remarks. He did apologize and back it out. But I think he shouldn't apologize, because the whole thing blew up when Jennifer Aniston liked it. And then when people started calling her out, she got on there and said, oh, she doesn't She doesn't mean any anti-Semitic remarks. She only liked it for some bullshit ass reason. She came out with some bullshit. But
she's not even Jewish. She's Greek, ain't she?
Yeah. It also leads to, even though it wasn't in its intent to offend, Shitty had said it, like, there are certain things that we know we shouldn't say, period. You know what I mean? We know they're going to offend people. But what if you do say something without the intent to offend anyone? You know what I mean? What if that occurs, y'all? Because we're talking once again about intent versus cultural acceptance. Like, there's certain words we don't say anymore because it's culturally unacceptable. It's not culturally accepted anymore. You know, like we can say the R word having to do with somebody's fall on the mental mental spectrum, mental acuity spectrum. I can't remember the word I'm trying to use. I don't know why I used acuity. It just sounds so good. But
acuity, I'm gonna look it up.
But it also, to me,
Hey,
go ahead.
no big words on the show. I'm a pothead. I don't understand all that. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Like, when I don't understand it, makes you feel like you might be trying to feel dumb, you know?
Right, acuity.
Yeah, but, you know, there's certain things we don't say, but this also, to me, is like a cultural indifference, because there's things we say that certain people don't understand and may come off a certain way. But in this case, I understood what Jamie was saying. It wasn't anti-Semitic. I believe he should have apologized that some people were offended by it, and then say, hey, this wasn't my intent. But it also led me to think about other issues that go on, like when this is done to other marginalized communities, that sorry is always backed up by a donation, which I think is extortion. I don't care what you say.
So you know, I thought why did he even say that? Like, what was the was there like was it like just he's just posting something, or like is he talking about?
They felt he shouldn't have posted because it was anti-Semitic. The reason he posted is the same way we post stuff on social media, which sometimes we'll post something without any context. You know what I mean? Jamie Foxx did the same thing, but some of us knew what he was talking about, whereas some thought maybe that was a slap at Jewish people. I don't know why. I'm not confused. And this is not
confusion.
Yeah, this is not cognitive dissonance. I would just, they really didn't explain what was the problem. You know what I mean? And all we heard was different people. I haven't heard anything from the Anti-Defamation League. I haven't heard any of those people speak out on this. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I'm lost. I think that it would probably be anti-Semitic if they were talking about if it were reversed, like Jesus wasn't the Jew and the Romans or whatever were the were the Jewish people, and like that's how my mind. I don't know, maybe I'm just high, but that's how my brain is trying to process why why is it being considered anti-Semitic? I don't know, but some people just want to be offended. Like some people, people just everybody wants to gripe about something. I don't know.
Go ahead, Tony.
I actually do have a conspiracy theory on this one. Think about it. When he was found in those pictures for so-called being too well too soon or whatever, I think that basically society decided to try to attack him. Do you think that he didn't have a stroke or whatever? Whatever the case being is, society is calling him a flake or whatever. So therefore, they're going to attack him on anything he says and does. Anytime a celebrity or anybody in the public eye does anything that's so-called suspicious, they'll start basically nagging at every little thing they can. So that was the best they had. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it's just a weird. I don't know. Weird. I don't know. I think it's
just a weird situation. And and it's crazy to me. So let us know what you think about the Jamie Foxx thing. If you haven't heard go ahead. Google is your friend, y'all. Google is your friend. you know, but that's just one of the things that we were talking about. And you're right. Jamie Foxx has been in the spotlight. You know, once again, it leads to how the public is about minding other people's business. You know what I mean? The gatekeeping and the gaslighting and the dumb shit. Like my aunt had a stroke and she couldn't walk for 6 months. Jamie Foxx out here playing
So not everybody gotta have the same. It's got to go the same way for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And like Tony just said, yeah, I just believe that they are just nitpicking at things. And like I said,
yeah,
intent versus cultural acceptance. There were some things that was always wrong, but culturally it was sort of acceptable. And then it didn't. And that's okay. But we also have to do the intent. You know, if your intent wasn't to offend and you were educated and you said, okay, I can understand that side of it. This is what I meant. And I guess you apologize to me. I think you apologize that people were offended, but not that you said it, because he stands behind what he said, you know, but what he said was not meant to offend a certain people of a marginalized group. That's what I believe that wasn't his intent, because whenever we do hear anti-Semitic remarks, and I know I'm generalizing, normally they're mentioned by name. It's not, there's no hidden messages, especially when it comes to Jewish people. When I've heard anti-Semitic stuff, Jewish people are mentioned by religion, or some sort of slur. You know what I mean? And you know that it's anti-Semitic right off the fucking bat. There's no subterfuge. Oh, they call a big ass word. I'm sorry. There's no hidden shit. They just come out and say it.
So basically, if you want to know what Boss is trying to say without all the big words and stuttering, go watch the movie's Clerks #2. You will see a scene in there that is very like every anti-Semitic possible.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
So let us know about what you think about the Jamie Foxx situation. If you're following it on Twitter, let us know what you think. Now, y'all know we all been waiting for this, and we're gonna talk about it like we always do. We're not gonna show the video. We're not gonna show the pictures, unless you've been living under a rock for the last 5 days. You would know that I believe on Saturday or Sunday, the 5th. So that was Saturday. In Montgomery County, Alabama, a co-captain of a boat was trying to get a group of people who had parked their boat in the wrong spot. An argument ensued, and then they began to beat up the co-captain of this boat. No, he was a co-captain. He was the co-captain. And let me explain how he got there, because some folks might not know. This is new shit.
I didn't know that. Go.
When the boat pulled in, they spent about 40 minutes telling these people to move. And they were responding with gestures and mouthing and all sorts of stuff. So another boat came out to get the co-captain and take the co-captain to the dock, to where the co-captain then tried to tell these people to move their boat off the area where they need to park the cruise boat or the ferry boat. So after it looks like it was a heated exchange, the private boat owners decided they was gonna jump the co-captain, and all hell broke loose after that, because some of the co-captain's co-workers, bystanders came in and helped the man from being jumped. Yes, there is a racial component to this, y'all. Y'all know there's a racial component to it. Pretty much a group of white men jumped on a black man, and I'm gonna stay like I was trying to do his job. And a fight broke out, a brawl broke out, to which it pretty much was black versus white. The private boat owners were arrested, or detained and arrested. There are warrants out for them right now. And there was another man who hit a woman with a chair, a black guy who hit a woman with a chair. They just want him to come in for another interview. However, no charges were charged against him or any other black participant in that brawl. That doesn't mean there won't be.
They just want to question them, but
there wasn't any right now.
Now, hasn't been charged with anything.
A lot of folks have been asking, because there's memes, there's people who saying, finally, you hear people sort of celebrating this moment, and people want to know, why is it culturally significant? And I'm gonna only give you my take on it, y'all. Others might have another take on it. My take on it is that after years of us seeing this type of behavior from white folks, when I mean white folks, I mean racist and white supremacists, y'all, that we always see this on video, but we never see anyone come to that man's aid. You know what I mean? And a lot of people say, when a lot of people say something like, when we say that man could have died or been seriously injured in that interaction, people think that we're being dramatic, but just like, where have you been the last 40 years? We know how this stuff could end. We know how this stuff can end. So I believe it's culturally significant because it's the day we kind of pushed back and said, hey, we're not going to let this happen today. You know what I mean? Now, the video footage, y'all, I'm not going to post it on our site. Y'all have to fucking YouTube that, because it's everywhere. The video is just hilarious, and it gets to me more hilarious the more angles they find, the more angles they find, the more commentary, the memes. And that was another question, y'all. Now, with all these things going around celebrating this, because people say it's celebrating violence, and to me it's not, are the humorous memes in bad taste? No. Because to me, the memes are hilarious as the fight. The consensus that I see on my timeline, everybody finds it funny across the board. There are some who are upset. I get it. Go ahead, Candy.
So the one that we can't get over, me and Keisha as a collective unit, is the one where he came clean. Somebody whooped his ass so bad where his feet came through his fucking Crocs, and they halfway up his calf. Like, yeah. It's the one that's the one that got Keisha. The one that got me was when they with the lady, when the man hit the lady on top of her head, and she like this, like she went like turtle head, like halfway in the thing. And I know it's wrong, but like I really don't give a shit. Like y'all be women all, like when we were slaves, y'all would dog shit out of us, women and children. Like so, I feel like I don't, you got in the mix.
I got it. Exactly.
Yeah, you got in the mix, so you got a chair popped on your head.
What did you expect? Well, don't get me wrong. What he did was wrong, and he does deserve to be questioned. Okay, but hey, I'm just saying what I feel. That's my opinion. The fact that I don't care that she got hit is completely different to me. And yeah, it's funny. It's funny, y'all, because why, if you jump the shit off, you can't make the rules on how to go.
We fighting dirty. Y'all fought dirty. Y'all jumped that man while he was trying to do his job.
Exactly.
And around, and y'all were so entitled, y'all wasn't even aware of you guys are surrounded. You're surrounded by black people. You are surrounded by melody, and y'all tried that shit. It was 5 of y'all, and y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna get out. Y'all thought that y'all wasn't gonna get y'all thought y'all was gonna get up out of there or get away with that. Like,
how audacious of them. Oh, sorry about that. My
no,
bad.
Aquaman, that's my favorite one. Aquaman, when the little boy jumped in the water, the bat signal, like this is just like, that's why I call it the massacre, because it's just like this is gonna be a time that, like this the new Juneteenth to me.
Yeah, like what I thought when he threw his hat up, I thought it was like, you know how when people get mad, like, like fuck this job, I'm finna just.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. That's what I think it was too.
Like fuck this job.
Was.
Yeah, what are your thoughts about what you feel about this, y'all? To me, yeah, the Crocs thing is funny as fuck too. The Crocs thing, it's funny. And I told you why it's culturally significant to us, because it's at a time where it's like, no, we ain't finna do this shit no more. And I hope that we start calling out this behavior all the time. I don't know if I was talking to us as a collective or if it was just Tony and I talking. I said this a few years ago. Maybe we need to start knocking these motherfuckers in their mouth. You know what I mean?
That's the only way that it seems like they're going to understand. Like, you need to start getting popped in your motherfucking mouth. Like that, or, cut, stop spinning.
Yeah.
And when they shit.
So yeah,
they understand some people only understand ass whoopings, and when you fuck up they
Let us, what are your thoughts? Let us know what you think. Because also, as an aside that I heard today, and I don't know because I really couldn't verify this, but when they tried to go get medical attention at the local ER, they weren't happy that much of the staff were black. They weren't happy about that.
Montgomery County, Alabama, that is a 60% black African American black population. It's more black people in Montgomery County than anything else, and you're like.
I hope we see videos of them at the hospital still bitching about that. That would be fun.
Yeah.
That's so,
exactly. And
y'all still got audacity.
Yeah, it's still the audaciousness of it all. Now they called the police, which once again is the dumbest shit in the world. Police said, you don't have to go there. You can go down to another hospital where you feel more comfortable. But we're not going to come down there and say, I need you to go get some white doctors and nurses to help these people.
We need to shout out the Alabama, the Montgomery County Police, the sheriff or whatever. Cause they literally was like, they literally, when that was happening, they was like, yeah, stop. Yeah, don't do that. No, stop.
Yeah.
No, we about to arrest him. And then when he bopped the lady inside, I was like, okay, man, like we gotta come in there. Now
okay. All right, y'all doing too much now.
Like, okay. We about to arrest him right now. They would have let it go on a little bit longer if he could bopped that lady inside her head.
If it stayed fisticuffs, I can see the
like, okay, we gotta do something now.
I can see the police coming and taking a chair and say, no, you can't use that. Stop.
Stop.
Start brawling again. It's hilarious about how this went down and how the majority of folks think it's funny, including white folks and some conservatives. They think it was funny, like, hey, this happened. And then they try to take the racial component because they said there was a 16-year-old who got hit in the face. He got hit in the face and realized, hey, this ain't for me. So I'm just going on over here.
It's one of the ladies got thrown in the water. Like, it was just like, listen.
It was everything, everywhere,
everything for all time. Like, seriously.
And I truly enjoyed the video. I truly enjoyed the cathartic feeling I felt when I seen our folks pushing back. And I do hope this is the start of the fuck around and find out phase of racism in the US. As a Gen Xer, I was proud because we always like to see fuck around and find out moments play out. And in this one, the world see this, y'all. The world is watching. And the world is laughing at these people. They laugh at America because America has been a fucking soap opera since 2016 when former President Trump took office, y'all. It's just fucking hilarious.
I feel like I'm in a TV show. Like,
Yeah, exactly. And let me tell y'all something, y'all. And like I've said on my Facebook page, I do not condone violence, but I will condone self-defense.
yeah.
And we also have to understand these people with their straw man arguments. Sorry, another college term, my bad. These people with their baseless, fucking silly argument. What if the roles were reversed? Sorry, sir. The roles being reversed is the norm.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
you
the
can't
normal.
say.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't say if the roles were reversed. You can't do that in the context of this situation because hold on, what did they say? Hold on, let me think about it.
In this multiverse, this universe,
maybe they should have complied. I don't
right?
know. You know, maybe they should have complied. Because all this came down to a decision is that I bet you now they ass is gonna move that boat.
They're gonna move from now on.
Because you had every opportunity to make the choice to move the boat. But you didn't. You and all your audacity decided that I'm gonna be bold and we just gonna jump this motherfucker right here.
Yeah.
Now, people are making comparisons to this in Jason Aldean's song. Try this in a small town, and they tried it in a small town because I don't know if the lyrics. I think Tony could probably check it out for me. The lyrics. One of the lyrics is saying, "If you beat an elderly person, try that in a small town." Now, this co-captain, he was 65 years old, so he would be considered like
somebody's grandfather.
Yeah, so I think he would be considered an elder in many communities, regardless of race. So that's something that you don't do in a small town, and that's what happened. They didn't get down the road. They didn't even get down the river. They got their asses whooped. And also the cultural significance of this, too, is this was one of the biggest slave ports in the South during chattel slavery. You know what I mean? So that spot itself, that harbor itself, that marina itself has a history, almost like when you see Jason Aldean's video, like the courthouse. There is a very nasty history that happened in this spot. The boat was named after Harriet Tubman. The boat that needed to park was named after Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tubman. Like there's so much poetic justice in all of this.
Yeah,
right?
And also that ship was a. They said it was one of the ships that was actually used to transport slaves out on the river. So the boat has a history, the dock has a history, the whole area has a history, and like you mentioned before, it is about 60% Black in this area. So they found themselves seriously outnumbered. And like a lot of people said, they fucked around. They found out. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think because on top of that, like I said, another question is were the memes too much? You know what I mean? Were the memes offensive? And like I said, we're in bad taste. Now, normally, y'all, normally when I get in these types of situations, Tony sends me things like devil's advocate and things like this. But I've seen a lot of the people that I've seen Tony send me were saying, hey, yeah, we're not going to talk about the race thing, but they got what they deserved. That's what I'm hearing from a lot of these folks who are who normally are speaking out sort of like against Black folks. I don't want to use a whole bunch of derogatory terms for them, but I'm just gonna call them pick-me's. Except one. There's always one. There's always that one guy. But all the other ones, they were like, yeah, I have nothing. This isn't really about race, but you know what? Those people got what they deserved, which led to a backlash against them. Say, oh, so now you want to support the Black community. And they're not saying they support the Black community. They're supporting the fact that those people were wrong and they got what they deserved.
Yeah.
Next week they'll be back to their
regularly scheduled program.
regular scheduled pick me thing. But that was the thing that made big news on social media also about some of these pick me's coming out and speaking out against it without bringing race into it. But we knew what they meant. Because some of these guys are grifters who just are rage farming, but that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, that's we saw what we needed to see, and everybody is understanding that they were in the wrong, and they're being charged.
The majority of the people I see are totally like the shit was funny. This includes people who live in the area who are not black, who are not black or brown. You know what I mean? Everybody was like, man, that shit was funny. I think it's hilarious. Let us know what you think, y'all. We are going to get to the spoiler alert, y'all. You know how the spoiler alert goes. What did you watch this week, Miss Candy?
Damn, I forgot. What did I say that I watched?
The Mandela Effect?
The Mandela Effect. See, I'm high. That's what that is. Okay, so the Mandela Effect, it was on Prime. On Amazon Prime. And without giving up too much of the movie, if you're not familiar with the Mandela Effect, the reason why it's called that is because there was a significant amount of people that believed Nelson Mandela, who was the South African, he was a civil rights activist in South Africa. He wound up in a time of apartheid, which is basically like segregation here. And he went to jail for years, like a long time. And then he became the president of South Africa. But during the 80s or something like that, a lot of people felt like he had passed on. So they didn't know, they thought he was dead. So when he popped up as and a lot of people remember when he was president. I remember when he was president, he wasn't dead, and that was in school. Yeah. So the Mandela Effect is essentially that people remembering things differently.
As a collective, though.
Yeah,
as a collective. It's not.
Yeah, like the Berenstain Bears. I remember it was Berenstain Bears, like STAIN. But a lot of people remember it as Berenstain Bears. So it just deals a lot with that. It's more of like kind of a slow burn. They do get to the action kind of quick. I did give it 4.5 out of 5. But yeah, I think it's a must see. It's not long either. It's like 80 minutes, so that's like an hour and 20 minutes. It's not going to take up too much of your time, but yeah.
Yes, for sure. And I have to check that out. I have to check that out.
You would find it interesting. Like it has things to do with glitches in the Matrix and different multiverses. Since we're in this multiverse thing that we've been talking about. So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna definitely have to check that out. I ended up watching an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
We watched that too, but I fell asleep on it. We tried to watch.
Knock at the Cabin, and it's I can't even say it's a slow burn the entire time. It is a slow burn right up to the classic M. Night Shyamalan twist. This is the premise, y'all. I'm not gonna give it away because to give it away would really be fucked up. But basically, what happens? This family is at a cabin. These folks come and knock at the door, telling them that one of them has to die or the world will end. And so they spend the next 2 hours trying to figure out, man, this shit ain't finna happen. The shit start happening. It gets real wild. And then we get the M. Night Shyamalan fucking twist. And we end up like, man, I sat 2 hours for this. I said,
Yeah, I woke up at that part. Yeah, that's
Go
how I
ahead,
woke
man.
up.
Go
I
ahead,
saw
Tony.
the ending.
The M Night who?
M.
Bro,
Night Shyamalan.
Shyamalan. Yeah, Shyamalan. M. Night. He
bro,
just saying it
little
Shyamalan
words.
Mama.
That yeah, whatever.
Yeah, just how it
Yeah.
sounds.
Yeah, if y'all
Sounds
don't
out.
know, if y'all not familiar with M. Night Shyamalan, you probably remember one of his most popular movies is oh, I can't remember. You know the Bruce Willis
Was
When I
it
See
Mel
Dead People,
Gibson?
huh?
Was it Mel Gibson? What's that one where the crop circles?
Nah, yeah, he did Circles too. I think he
He
did
did
Circles
circles.
too. I think he
He
did
did
Circles too.
Airbender.
Yeah, but he did the
Last
one where
Airbender.
I can't remember the name of the one, but yeah, he did Last Airbender, but I can't remember the movie with Bruce Willis. You know where a dude said he sees
Oh,
dead people.
oh yeah. Eyes Wide. Is it Eyes Wide Shut?
No,
No, Sixth Sense.
Sixth
Six
Sense. There
Sense.
we go.
Eyes
There we
Wide
go,
Shut.
y'all.
That's
Thank you, Tony. I don't know how Tony does it high, but hey, it's just what it is. Yeah, the Sixth Sense. That's one of his popular ones.
yeah.
He did do a few other ones, but he's known for these twists, and the twists sort of you expect them, but then it's like they don't pay off. They don't pay off as good to me. They don't. After he did a couple. Oh, he did Unbreakable too with Bruce Willis.
Oh yeah, he did Unbreakable.
I thought that twist was pretty good too. But sometimes his twists don't pay off. You be like, huh? And this one I kind of saw coming. So
Yeah.
most definitely, I believe I gave it 3.5. It is decent. It's something to watch just for noise. Because it's just like, you think it's a slow burn and it just keeps just burning slow and then slowly fizzles out to me. Gave it 3.5 blunts. Go check that out. That's Knock at the Cabin. It's included with Prime Video, y'all. I don't know anybody who doesn't have Prime Video nowadays. So definitely check that out. Let us know what you're watching. Leave a comment. If you've seen those two movies, The Mandela Effect as well as Knock at the Cabin, both on Amazon Prime. Now, we get to the show where we get the munchies, y'all. I got the munchies. I'm looking at some snacks now, but I really want a baked potato. Don't worry about it. I'm fat and high. Don't even trip off what I'm saying. Let us know in the comments, what is your favorite go-to munchie? My girl and I went to Joy Burger. Joy Burger is Joy Burgers.
Okay.
And Joy Burgers is this little spot over on Durango and DI. It looks like it's built in an old bar. And we went in there to have a burger. The burger was fantastic, y'all. There we go. Tony put the burger up. They have they have different themed burgers or different types of burgers there. But I went with the build your own burger. I went with mushrooms, grilled onions, tomato. I think there was some lettuce on there too, but I don't know. But the pickles too. I like my meat medium rare. Judge your mama, please.
I'm looking right.
Not medium rare. I like my meat rare. Go ahead, Tony.
That wasn't even medium rare. That wasn't even
That
cooked
was
at all.
pink.
Yeah, like you forgot to tell them to cook it.
They did cook
It
it.
was still on the damn roadkill.
I like my meat pink, y'all. I like it pink.
I'm not judging it.
So,
Hey, I like some meat pink too. That's not one of the meats that I like pink. That's no. There's other meat that I like pink.
Okay, y'all.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
We're getting off the rails here. But yes, I had the burger. The burger
Did we
was
freeze
good.
up?
It was really good. The bun, even though it was soft, it kept its composure. Because you know how some buns are so soft, you end up not having a burger at the end. You just have sort of like this mushy bread in the meat.
Yeah.
Now we have something in common. We both like soft buns.
But yeah, the fries were pretty good. They tasted like they were out of a bag, but they were prepared well and seasoned well. I really didn't care. Um, Joy Burgers was nice. I loved it. But I believe the menu, one of the things I didn't like, I gave it 4 blunts. One of the things I didn't like is when you do have the build your own burger, it's kind of that you have to pay for everything. I
Everything,
feel it
yeah.
should, I feel it should come with a certain amount of things that just come standard. But they sort of charge you for everything that you put on
Yeah.
that burger that's sort of premium, like the grilled onions or the caramelized onions and the mushrooms and stuff like if you wanted like the chipotle mayo, they should kind of charge for stuff like that. And I believe you should that stuff should be able to come with it. You know, I understand paying for the extra cheese, the mushrooms, all that shit. I get. I don't know about onions. I don't know why they're charging us for onions that they grill. You gotta put onions on it anyway. But either way, y'all. I gave it 4 blunts. Let us know what your go-to munchie is, and if you've been to Joy Burger, let us know, or let us know what your favorite burger joint is in the comments, and we'll go check it out. What did you have, Miss Candy?
So, I was door dashing earlier,
Uh-huh.
riding around, and I kind of wanted like a coffee, but a cold coffee,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. And I went to Dutch Brothers, and I got a double chocolate mocha,
Mm-hmm.
and it's one of the frozen drinks, like the
The
Dutch
Dutch
Freeze.
Freeze, yeah.
And it was good. It was very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a really I'm definitely a coffee girl, like actual
Mm-hmm.
coffee. So it didn't really, I just wanted the sweetness I was craving. I don't know.
Yeah.
It didn't really.
Speaking of freeze, you are frozen. Uh,
Am
but
I?
yeah, but we
Am
got your
I?
audio coming through. Your audio's coming through strong. So keep going. Your audio is coming through strong. I
Okay.
love Dutch Brothers. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it was pretty decent. The only thing is that did a number on my stomach. So
Uh-huh.
I just apologize to whoever had to clean
Deal
that
with
up
that.
now. My bad. For that.
so so
They
what'd
just
you rate
cleaned the
it?
restroom, and I went in there and fucked all of that up. So, but I gave it 4.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it could have
You
been
know,
more coffee-ish to me. I thought it was like it could. I thought it was more coffee than it was like a frap or something.
no, I get it. I can get that. My new thing at Dutch nowadays is the nitro coffee.
Yeah,
Uh
see that nitro
huh.
that had me and Keith zooming through Costco one time. I think we got a double shot. I don't know if we got a double shot or whatever, but
Hmm.
we got that
I
motherfucking
put a
nitro.
I put a shot in mine, a shot of espresso in mine also.
That's
But for
my
those who
heart.
don't know, nitro is nitrogen infused coffee. It comes out creamier, and a lot of the bitterness is taken away out of it. So you don't. So me, I don't need as much sugar. I've tried it black, and it's actually pretty good black. And I've tried it with a little bit of sweetener, and it comes out pretty good. That's
Yeah,
Dutch Brothers. If you got a Dutch Brothers in your area, they're like I couldn't even say they're a Starbucks clone because they have their own style. Drinks are a
yeah,
lot less, even though they're creeping up
yeah,
towards Starbucks pricing. But I believe you get a better quality coffee, a better experience. The experience is going to be better anyway because Dutch Brothers, y'all, has no speaker. So you're going to give a human person your order.
your
You
order.
don't have a speaker. And sometimes they come to your car when the line is getting long, except on real hot days. They're not allowed to do that anymore. But they'll come out and they will go ahead and take your order. So that's definitely something if you like Dutch Brothers, y'all. Go ahead, Tony.
I just want
Yeah,
to add that we probably have one of the best customer service I've ever seen, honestly. Like that's one
For
thing I
real.
yeah,
want to point out. They're really is a really good company, and they hire nothing but the best when it comes to that customer service.
Mhm.
yeah. Hopefully they don't turn into another Starbucks where you get more like sugary shit than
Mhm.
actually. You
Exactly.
know,
And so yeah,
but
y'all check out Dutch Brothers. Let us know in the comments what you think about. I'm sorry. What are your favorite munchies? And put them in the comments because maybe we'll try them. If you got a place here in Vegas you want us to try, let us know. My girl and I always are going somewhere trying out something we done seen on TikTok or something somebody done suggested on our timelines. So definitely y'all check that out. Let us know. Now we are at the top of the hour, y'all. As we always say, here I want to thank you for joining us. If you are ever in trouble, mentally, physically, you need help, go ahead and text or call 988, which is the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, or your local helpline. Most of the time it is 211, but that varies from city to city. Like they say, I'd rather talk with you than about you, y'all. So
Yeah.
let us know what you think about any of the topics we discussed tonight, especially involving Jamie Foxx and the Montgomery, Alabama brawl, as well as, man, what else did we talk about? Tory Lanez, Henry Ruggs III. Let us know what you think. If you have any show ideas, go ahead and hit us up at info@theagingpotheads.com. We are the Aging Potheads. I want to thank Miss Candy for joining us, for being with us tonight. Also, Tony on the boards. Thank you. I am Big Brother Boss, aka the Funky Monk. Why the fuck would I forget my name, y'all? Why? Y'all, until next we meet, meditate and medicate. And as always, friends, stay lifted. We are the Aging Potheads. Good night.